So I want to share 15 secrets that I think you need to know if you want to have a successful digital coaching business. And these are things that I've learned over the years, and I put them together in this short and compact training so that you can get these strategies and have these mental philosophies to work with as you grow your business. And these tips are specifically designed for new and existing coaches that want to build a digital coaching business. All right, so number one, find your coaching niche. You want to focus on solving specific problems for a specific group of people and become a specialist in your niche, as this is going to set you apart in a crowded coaching market. So many people glaze over the niche part and they don't focus here and really understand the need that they're solving in the marketplace. And because of that, they can't stand out in a crowd. They don't know what content to create. They don't know what offers to make that will generate leads, and they don't know how to turn their leads into paying members. Really find your coaching niche. Number two, respect your client's time. Ensure that every action that you have with them, every email or content piece that you create delivers immediate value. You want to be clear, concise, and relevant to maintain your client's trust and engagement. One thing that'll ruin the relationship and make it go just away, they won't be a client with you anymore, is not respecting their time and not getting right to it with the value. You don't need to add a bunch of stuff to it. Just solve the problem and move forward. That's the thing that they're going to love the most. Tip number three, you have to set boundaries. So learn to say no to opportunities that do not align with your coaching goals. Prioritize your commitments to avoid burnout and maintain the quality of your coaching services. It's so important that you understand where you're going, what you want to do, how you want to create the business, what you want it to look like, how much you want to earn. Because if you don't have those boundaries set and you don't know where you're going, anything's going to throw you off. When you don't have your boundaries set, everything looks like a good idea. Every road looks like it could lead to where you want to go. And this is not what you want. You want to be able to say, no, that doesn't line up with what I'm doing. That way you can stay focused and grow a solid business that will last a lifetime. Tip number four, embrace imperfection. Failure is part of the journey. You have to use every setback as a learning opportunity to refine your coaching methods and grow your business. One thing that really slowed me down in the beginning, and I always have to pay attention to it so I don't get distracted by trying to be perfect, or you set this thing up in your head where you're like, well, I'm not going to do it if there's a chance that I could fail. You have to embrace this. You have to embrace imperfection. I always say to my coaching clients, you can't edit nothing, meaning you can't fix or improve or refine something that is not created or that you haven't done. So don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry about making mistakes. Use those moments that you can improve upon. This is the only way to get you to that place where you would be even coming close to being perfect or trying to get to that thing that looks perfect to you. Tip number five, prioritize your well-being. This one gets thrown to the side a lot, but your physical and mental health directly impact your coaching effectiveness. So you want to maintain a healthy lifestyle to ensure that you can provide the best support to your clients. Many times we start having a little bit of success and we stop doing the things that we did that got us there. We forget that, oh yeah, we were really healthy. We had a good diet. We were eating well. We were getting a lot of sleep. We weren't drinking or doing drugs. And because of that, we had a clear mind, and that allowed us to get here. Or maybe you're doing that stuff already and your mind's all messed up. Trust me, after one beer, one cocktail, after a little bit of this or a little bit of that, it dilutes your ability to be the best. And the people that aren't doing that stuff, they're going to beat you. And why would you not want to be clear? And why wouldn't you want to have that focus and that energy so that you could help people? It's real simple. Make your drug helping your coaching clients and having great success and helping other people. It's the best drug of choice. And the only way that you can do that is by maintaining a good physical and mental health. So take a walk, go out there and get, some energy by lifting something heavy and straining yourself, and then getting good rest and eating healthy. Stay away from sugar, right? Just stay away from it. Don't do it. Try to fast. Hold off from eating until later in the day, or at least give yourself a break. Let your body recycle. Tip number 6, delegate tasks. Okay, so focus on what you do best, coaching, and delegate administrative tasks and other non-core activities that will free up your time for client interaction and business growth. You need to focus on your $10,000 per hour type work, which is you solving problems, helping to create content, or actually creating all of the marketing content that is going to connect and grow your audience and grow your list and help you get in front of the right people. All that other stuff you can hand off to somebody else. Just take that money and think of it as investing in you and your clients, because it's going to free you up to be the best at what you're supposed to be doing, which is coaching them, helping them solve problems and get results. Tip number 7, seek and accept feedback. Constructive criticism from clients is invaluable. Use it to improve your coaching programs and better meet the needs of your audience. You know, I was never able to get to the $1 million mark with my coaching business until I did this. Okay, you need to listen to your clients. They're going to tell you, they have all the answers waiting for you. They know what they want. They will tell you. They will say, you know, I don't understand this. I don't understand that. But you have to ask for it. And then when you get it, don't get all bent out of shape, get your feelings hurt. Use this to say, okay, I'm going to make that better. I'm going to fix this. And then all of a sudden your messaging, your offers, your marketing, everything that you're doing starts to align with them. This is where you'll jump from making little money that happens here and there to making big money and knowing what exactly to do to make your clients happy, which is how you're going to get paid. Tip number 8, handle criticism with grace. Not everybody's going to agree with your models, your methods, your ideas, your content. So you need to stay focused on your mission and understand that negative feedback often comes from a place of personal struggle. Okay, so many times I'll be creating content or something, or I would be going live, or I'd do an ad, and then down in the comments, somebody would say some stupid thing, right? They would talk trash, or they would, talk down on you. And one thing that I always wanted to do is like lash back at them, or just, I'll set you straight. You don't want to do this, right? And don't even let it bother you, okay? Because people that are above you, that you look up to, that you want to be like, they're never going to come down and talk trash on you, okay? So the people that are talking trash on you, that means that they're below you, looking up to you. And many times the reason why they're doing this is because you're doing something that they wish they could be doing, or they wish they had the courage to do, or they're in just such a dark pain place in their own life that they don't have anything nice to say because they have all this, storm going on in their mind. Do not let this bother you. Just let it go. You don't even have to respond to it. You don't have to do anything to it. Just wish them the best and hope they can get better. Move on. Okay, tip number 9, simplify decision making. This one is huge. When you're faced with tough choices, you need to ask yourself, if this were easy, what would it look like? This is going to realign your brain and make it be more resourceful in terms of how it could make it easier. Simplifying complex decisions helps you stay focused and effective. Almost everything that you run into in terms of a problem, 99% of problems, you're going to solve them by removing things, okay? Not by adding more to it. So in most cases, when you run into something, how can you take things away that will just simplify the process and make it easier for you and your client? Learning how to do this is going to be huge. This is one thing that really helped me grow my business over the last 15 years, was just simplifying it. I always said to myself, everybody else out there is always complaining about, well, I don't know how to do this, or I don't know how to do that. The way they tell it to me, it's just so hard for me to understand. And that was where in my brain, I was like, how could I make this easier? What would that look like if I just could make this easy? What would that be? Does it need to have all these things? Can I just remove this stuff? Really think like that, and it's going to train your brain to try to simplify and remove elements. I always say to my clients, you don't try to focus by focusing better and buying focus books and, trying to focus really hard. You just think of, what is the opposite of focus? Distraction. Okay, well, if I removed all distractions, then what would I be left with? Focus. Again, simplifying it. Instead of trying to do all these things and add all these different routines and things to try to, focus better, why don't you just remove everything that's not focus and you'll be left with focus? Okay, kind of like losing weight. What's all the things that make you fat? Well, if you remove all those things, what are you left with? Not fat. Okay, so if this were easy, what would it look like? This is a big one. Okay, really focus on this. Don't get confused. Don't get all, stuck. Just say, what would it look like if this were easy? And trust your intuition, because it's right 90% of the time. Tip number 10, build and maintain momentum. Consistency is key in the digital coaching world, or in any part of your life. You want to keep creating content, engaging with clients, and refining your offerings to build steady growth. If there's one thing that I made huge mistakes with in my business was consistency. I would do something for a little bit, I'd get on track, and then I'd stop. Do something for a little bit, get on track, things would be going, stop. Can't get momentum, you can't get that snowball effect. Just build and create and know that this is what you do, accept what you do. And most of what everybody faces in terms of failure with their business is there's just a lack of there's a lack of consistency. They just stopped. You can't stop. It doesn't build that force, that pressure that needs to open up and make that compounded growth. Every day you're posting content. Some way, somehow you're doing it. Every day you're working with your clients. Some way, somehow you're doing it. You got to keep that connection. Every day, how can I make my offer better? How can I make this work better? You have to do this or it'll never work. This is probably, if there's anything that messes up anything more than anything else, is just inconsistency. You can suck, but still be consistent and you'll beat the person that is better than you that's inconsistent. Really mark this down. Maybe you even need to take a picture of this and hang it somewhere. Okay, I put the sun in the background because that baby shows up every day, doesn't it? It comes up, it goes down, it comes up, it goes down. There's no failure there. So, and look what it's created. Look what the life and energy it's created. Okay, you can do the same thing. Consistency. Figure out when you're going to do it and do it that time, every time, and keep getting better at doing it. Tip number 11, focus on your journey. Okay, avoid comparing your progress to others. Measure your success by your own improvements and milestones in your coaching business. This is an easy one to fall into. This is a huge trap, which is looking at what everybody else is doing. Oh, they're really having success doing this, or they're doing this, or, I'm not as good as them, or look how many followers, or look how many this, look how many that. Just focus on what you're doing. Put the blinders on. You don't need 1,000 gurus. You need to find somebody that you trust and believe in, that has the life that you want to live. And you need to focus and complete what they're doing with you and stay out of the echo chambers of social media. Stay out of that and just focus. Get inside of that program, focus on what they're teaching you and put it to effort and just improve. Focus on looking back at yourself and saying, okay, I got better here. I'm doing this a little better. I'm creating content better. I'm emailing better. I'm connecting with my clients better. I'm making better products than I was before, and keep focusing on that. And remember, you don't have to look out there for the answers. You and your clients have all the answers. Okay, your clients, your customers, they will tell you everything that you need to know to make the best product, to make the best service, to make the best content, emails, everything. But you've got to engage with them, and you can't compare yourself to other people or you're going to lose. Tip number 12, serve first, sell later. Your earnings will reflect how well you serve your clients. Focus on providing value and solving problems, and the revenue will follow. Strangely enough, it took me forever to figure this out, that the way you make money is not by focusing on how to make more money. The way you make money is by solving problems. So if you focus on solving problems, the exhaust of you solving someone else's problem, when those two things come together, the exhaust fumes that come off of that is money. Okay, it's the chemical reaction output. Okay, it's what happens when somebody with a problem that you know how to solve interacts with your solution and you solve it. The exhaust of that is money. Okay, I know I kept being repetitive there because I can't stress this enough. People are always looking for some shiny object or some way to make money or whatever. Just solve problems. That's the secret. There's nothing else. Okay, you can solve a ton of little problems and make money, or you can solve one big problem and make a lot of money for doing that. I suggest you try to do both. Try to do the best you can and just serve your clients. If you want to make more money, solve more problems. Okay, it's the easiest equation ever. If you're not making money now and you know how to solve problems, it's because the people that have the problems don't know that you can solve them. And if you can solve problems and you're not making money, it's because you're not solving problems. Do you understand? So that's what we do as coaches. We solve problems. We say, hey, if you have this problem, let me show you what I did to figure out or to solve this problem. Come over here and let me help you. And then you have to tell people about it. You have to get out there. You have to serve them. Show them that you can help them by actually helping them. Okay? Results in advance. Okay, this is huge. This is what's going to be the difference maker. Okay? Really focus on this. Tip number 13, master storytelling. You need to use stories to connect with your clients. Okay? Share your journey, client success stories, and lessons learned to build rapport and trust. Sell everything but your product. Tell stories about the benefits. Tell stories about how it works. Tell stories about why you made it work that way. Tell stories about what happened when somebody used it and it worked for them and then what they could do. Okay? Master telling stories. What was the story behind it? Okay? How did it happen? Okay? What was going on? What happened? Why is this here? Why are you doing this? What happened? It's a very simple thing. This is one thing that took me a while to figure out as well. But when I started mastering this, and I could tell stories about how things work, why they work, why we're doing them, who's using it, and what's happening for them, and what were the things that were going on during that time when this happened, and why'd you come up with these different things? When you learn to tell those stories, that's what draws people in. Our mind is built to understand the world through story and in putting ourselves in the story and then understanding it in that way. Master this. Do everything you can to tell stories. Just practice it. What's an analogy? What's a metaphor? That's a way of telling stories about what's going on. I love to use ChatGPT for this. I'll have a point or something that I want to say, and I'll go in there and I'll say, what would be a good short story to make this point? Or what would be something that an analogy would really make sense here, and how could I share that in a story? And it'll get you close to that, or it might even make you recall a real story in your own life that would make a good point there and really drive that home. And that's how you're going to get people to follow you and understand you and really learn about what it is that you do as a digital coach so that you can grow your client list and actually help them get results and make better content. Okay, tip number 14, leverage what you have. Listen to what I'm going to say here. You already have the tools and knowledge to get started. Focus on helping one client at a time, solving one problem, and achieving one result to build confidence and momentum. Once you can get really good at helping one person solve one problem and get the result, then you can start to expand where it's like you, and then you do group coaching. Inside my Make Once Pro program, I have this program called Digital Coaching Currency. I teach people how to launch, build, and scale digital coaching businesses. Most coaches that come to me, they're doing one-to-one coaching, or they're trying to get into coaching, they're working for somebody else, and they struggle, okay? They struggle because they're trying to help everybody, or they think about they're solving all these people's problems, or they're trying to solve all these different types of problems, and they're trying to get everybody all these different kinds of results, and their confidence and momentum plunders. It doesn't do anything because they're too scattered, they're too focused outwards. If you can bring that back in and just focus on helping one person at a time, knowing that one person, there's multiple people that have that problem, okay? And you just solve one problem, you'll naturally, by solving that problem, create another problem that you can solve. And that's where you really build momentum and confidence and actually know what you're doing. Your clients get results, and you have that inside of you already. You just need to harness it and get started and quit questioning yourself. Okay, number 15, and then I've got a bonus one here for you at the end. Okay, and I got something really special I want to share with you, so don't go anywhere. Tip number 15 is foster a coaching community. All right? Create a supportive community for your clients to connect and share experiences and learn from each other. This enhances client retention and adds value to your coaching program. There's nothing more important than getting a bunch of people that all have the same common problem, that are all looking to get the same result, together in a group. Because number one, it allows you to hear how they communicate about their own problems, which allows you to create better messaging, allows you to create better headlines, better offerings. You can ask them, you can do polls inside of the community. Okay, what I teach inside of my Make Once Pro program, which you can go down in the description and learn about all this. But if you go down there, you'll see that I really focus on helping you dial this in and getting understood what your clients want. And the best way to do that is build a community and start communicating with them, asking them questions, interacting, finding out what it is that they actually want. And every time you create an offering, you're going to nail it because they're going to tell you exactly what they want. I teach my people to use Skool, and I have a free Skool community and I have a paid Skool community. Inside of my free Skool community, I work with people and engage with them, which then they can transfer over to my paid Skool community where I have my digital coaching currency program, my Make Once Pro program, Build Lab, all these programs that I help people build, launch, and scale coaching programs. They come into the free community first, and I nurture them, and I connect with them, and I find out what they want, and I provide great value there so they know what I'm offering, and then they move over to my paid community. It's just mandatory nowadays that you have this, because if you go up against somebody that has a coaching community, and you don't, you're not going to make it. Okay, so it's really important that you do this. Okay, bonus philosophy for success, and then I have one last thing here for you. I hope you're getting a lot of value out of this. If you are, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you if you'd like more stuff like this, okay? Zig Ziglar has one of my favorite quotes of all time. If you ask anybody that's ever got coaching from me over the years, I've been doing this for 15 years. This has been the number one driving quote I've always thought in my mind. And when I heard this, and I even went and met Zig Ziglar many, many years ago, over 15 years ago, I remember him saying this and it just like struck me, okay? Most people read this. I actually heard it out of his mouth for the first time, so it was like pretty crazy. You can have everything in life that you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. And what a beautiful quote for digital coaching business, okay? Or any kind of business, frankly. So you want to focus on helping your clients achieve their goals, and your success is going to naturally follow, okay? So it's really simple. If you want what you want in your life, you can have it. Just help enough other people get what they want. One of the most powerful quotes of all time. Okay, so if you are having trouble with figuring out how to make coaching offers, how to make email marketing work for you, how to set up your community and make it actually engaging, if you're struggling to just stay at it and keep going, the problem is you probably don't understand your niche. And that's why even for coaches that have been in business for a while, that are even making money, I always go back and revisit this because it's 99.99% of the time, every problem that you're having is a result of not actually truly understanding your niche. And so I put together a very extensive program, and within 5 minutes, I will help you find your niche, and you will then be able to take the rest of the training, the rest of the steps, and hyper focus and laser focus it down. And this is completely free, by the way. You just go down to the link in the description, grab the free training. It looks like you see here. You're going to go into my Make Once free community for coaches and get in there. In that first video that says watch first, it's going to help you find your niche in 5 minutes. And then the other videos below it are going to help you understand your niche in ways that you never knew was possible. And to the extent in which you know your niche, where you can literally stand in their body and see life through their eyes and their ears, and the way they feel and talk about things, that's going to help you create the best offers. That's going to help you be the best coach. That's going to help you stand out in the crowd. You're going to be able to create content and emails that matter, and you're actually going to have power and speed to the market. And you can master creating the best content and offers because I give you a ton of ways to use AI in a real way that makes things real for you in your niche and shows you how to understand the need that you're actually solving. You'll learn that a niche is not a person, a place, a thing, a culture, these people. A niche is a need. What need are you really servicing? So go down, grab that in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.